have some ginkgo biloba. This is a medicine that I harvest and make here in Idaho. It helps heal the brain from concussion trauma, helps build new neural pathways, also helps to disable the spike protein from the shedding of the vaccines. Blessings. All right, friends, it's been a while since I've hopped on and just talked. So I wanted to share today about eating intuitively and checking in with your body to create a healthy relationship between how foods make you feel, how foods affect your vessel, your mind, your emotions, and your body. So I will utilize examples from my day today to go forward in this lesson. So here we go. So first thing to take into account is the season you're in, the temperature, the humidity that the environment is, and how you need to eat and live and move to balance that. So myself, I'm in winter. I'm in Idaho. It's dry, it's cold. There's not a lot of sun. So there are certain physiological adaptations that are happening from that, and there are certain foods that my body needs and certain amount of heat in cooked food that my body benefits from in this climate, as well as moisture and water. So where to start? So I woke up today, and first thing I did was get some fresh air. Breathe first. Always breathe first. So I said my prayers, went outside, did some fresh breathing. I did like 10 or 11 deep, slow breaths before I had any water. And then I made myself 32 ounces of spring water with 1 squeezed lemon. When I went outside and I did some breathing and sun gazing while I was drinking that water, because we get an immense amount of energy from the sunlight, from the light, and from our breath. It is actually where we absorb much more prana than I would argue even our food. But all are important. And hydration is a vessel for capturing light and energy and allowing our cells to cleanse and communicate. So 32 ounces water, lemon water, sun, breathing, kind of got everything moving. Then I had a little bit of tea. I had pu'er tea today. So I had pu'er tea with Dean's empath herbs, so Chinese herbs with pu'er tea and a little bit of honey. And I did that while I was writing this morning. And that's a nice practice, especially when I have a little bit of time in the rising. I like to write. I like to write out my dreams. I like to write out my mind, whatever is present or whatever ideas are percolating in the mind. I like to write that out. Put it on paper. It kind of brings it into the material realm. It brings it from the subconscious into the conscious. So reading and writing are very, very important practices for attuning the mind and bringing thoughts to form. So, had tea, writing, and then I got ready to go on a ski tour, a bit of a hike. And I had 3 free-range scrambled eggs with raw cream, blended in, scrambled them, and I scrambled them light. So I always keep my eggs runny because I don't like to cook things fully. It destroys the nutrition. So I'll cook them light. And then I had 3 pieces of sprouted Ezekiel bread, which is one of my favorite breads, with coconut oil. On one piece I had some black sesame seed butter. On the other piece I had some fresh jam. And then the other piece I had some raw hummus that I made. So I ate that in presence, and how did I feel? I felt okay from that meal. I felt a bit of indigestion. I know that jelly, for example, fruit, does not mix well with eggs. And I also had hummus, so I had a little bit of weird food combinations. It didn't sit very well. But my body does like eggs, especially in the winter. Fresh, free-range eggs, duck eggs are my favorite. So I didn't feel great from this. And in hindsight, it took me about 2 hours till after my ski hike, after exercising, to begin to feel clear and positive again in my head and my mind space. So a little bit of congestion, a little bit of imbalance in that meal. So that was something to check in on. And this is getting to my point of why I'm sharing this video. Going back now and realizing, wow, my scrambled eggs did not food combine well with the toast with the jelly. So if I was to do that meal again, what I would do is I would have a little more scrambled eggs with some ghee, and I would do some fermented vegetables on the side, and that's it. Because that would food combine very well, and the ferments would help to digest the animal proteins in the oil. But if I wanted some more carbohydrates, and if I really wanted toast, I would just have the toast, and I would stick to the same ingredients on every single piece of toast. So I would have done 3 pieces of toast with maybe a little bit of coconut oil, just a little bit, some black sesame seed butter, and a little bit of jelly. And I know that's still food combining, the fruit, which is a jelly, with other oils and seeds, which is not the best idea, but small amounts, my body can deal with it. And again, this is something to constantly test and tune into. I am explaining a process that goes through my mind so you can begin to understand how to think about how the foods are making you feel and how to simplify and align your nutrition. So I then went on a ski hike and did some breathing exercise, got a lot of sun, got some prayer and got some meditation, and had an awesome run down the mountain, which is beautiful. And then after that, I had plenty of hydration. I've been loving these trace mineral electrolyte packets, which have a variety of B vitamins, vitamin C, minerals, electrolytes, lots of potassium, lots of sodium, a little bit of magnesium, I believe. So I love mixing these packets with fresh spring water, and sometimes I'll mix in shilajit, sometimes I'll add some coconut water together if I want some more potassium. And that's kind of my go-to cool hydration for the winter when I don't have access to a lot of fruits or fresh coconuts, for example, in the tropics. I buy coconut water and I buy these packets and I mix them together. So got super hydrated, also had some pure spring water, and then I ran some errands, and then I went home. And when I got home, I was a little thirsty, so I had a little more water, and then I was a little hungry. I was feeling pretty energized from the hiking, from the sun, from the breathing, so I was getting ready to go to the gym, but I felt in my body that I needed a little something before this workout. So I followed my intuition. The first thing I had was some cacao. I had a couple pieces of cacao, which felt very energizing. And then after I ate that, I realized that my body wanted a little more food. So I went and I grabbed a banana. I opened a banana and I dipped the banana in this sprouted almond butter that I bought. Amazing sprouted blended almond butter. Amazing. So I had a little bit of almond butter with that banana and the cacao, which seemed to food combine very well. Cacao is technically a fruit, and I find cacao and banana does work pretty well. Cacao and avocado works pretty well, but I wouldn't mix like an orange and a cacao, for example. These are things to tune into. Bananas are higher in sugar and they're higher in potassium, so really good for replenishing the body after exercise. So, banana and almond butter is a great snack for like a post-exercise when you're about to go continue to move your body and be active. And cacao is also a natural, it's like a slight energizer, euphoric stimulant. It's a very high vibrational food. So a little bit of cacao midday can really just boost your mind and your energy. So had that small meal for a workout. It felt really good, 100%, super digestible. I could tell 25 minutes later when I was working out that it was pretty much digested, and I could move my body without any indigestion or any issues there. So big fan of small snacks when you're active for long periods of time, and that cacao, banana, almond butter, great combination. So I had an amazing workout and sauna this afternoon. Been sweating a lot at the sauna. I actually did a clay mask on my whole face, put some coconut oil on, so my skin's all shiny. It feels really good. I did a charcoal, zeolite, and spirulina clay and body mask to help draw out toxins and nourish the skin. And then I also drank charcoal, zeolite, and spirulina internally in the sauna to help bind and pull out any toxins that were coming out of my cells as I was going through this heating process, because heat expands and opens, and therefore chemicals, toxins, stuck stuff can begin to move from your cells osmotically out into your interstitial fluid, into your lymph, into your blood, or blood, then lymph, out of your skin or out through the colon. So it's nice to add binders such as charcoal and zeolite when you're in a sauna, because they bind some of the free radicals, the chemicals, the toxins that get stirred up during the heating process. So it felt really good during my workout. Very best workout of the week. I think the snack before helped. I had a lot more energy than when I go do fasted workouts. Considerably more energy. And did a good sauna. Got a lot of hydration in after. Plenty of water. And then I came back. It was about 5:30 sunset. And I had been sprouting some black rice and red lentils. And the red lentils were just cracking open, starting to sprout. So I made some dal, which I love. Fennel seeds, mustard seeds in the pot, and then I'll simmer those with coconut oil, and then I'll do carrots. I'll do onions, saute onions for 5 minutes, and then I'll do whatever vegetables I want. Today I did carrot and broccoli and ginger. You can do whatever vegetables you want, and then I put in the lentils and the black rice that have been soaked, pre-digested. If you're going to eat plant foods, soak and sprout them so they are digestible and not irritating. So I did that. I added some curry spice, added some salt, spiced it up, added some water, cooked it up for about 30 minutes. A very warm, liquidy, digestible dal, and I ate that with a little bit of raw goat's yogurt, and that felt very nourishing, very warming, very lubricating. I live in a dry climate here, so focusing on lubricating foods and herbs is very important, especially in the winter when it's extra dry. So that felt good. It's nice to have cooked food for me in the evening. Grounds me, slows me down, and it gives my body something to work on. I enjoy eating 3 hours before bed. If I eat less than 3 hours before bed, I never sleep as good. And I noticed that it can clog up my digestion and even my sexual organs and prostate. So it is far more likely for me to have even a slight amount of seminal release if I eat too late. That is a big one. Backs you up. So that was a very vulnerable share right there. We'll get more into that topic later. But I felt really good eating the dal. Really digestible, really grounded. I could feel it in my energy because I cooked it, because I prepared these grains properly, that my body felt really harmonized, really balanced. And right now I feel clear, I feel calm, I feel like I have good body heat. Sattvic foods are real. Sattvic foods, clear mind, peaceful emotions. So I share this 13-minute process for you because I'm trying to get you in my mind of how I think, how I cook, how I think about food combining, how I assess my mind, emotions, and energy after eating, and how I design food and hydration for my lifestyle. So this is really, really what I want to show up and share here, and I hope this video reaches who it's meant to, and I ask for feedback or open a conversation and a dialogue, because I really want to be sharing more about these topics and these sciences, nutrition, health, alchemy, food, medicine. It's why I'm here on earth. It's what I'm here to do. So I hope this helped give you an idea of how to check in with your mind and your thoughts and your emotions and your feelings. I'm going to get more into a lot of different topics on here, but this is enough for today. Thanks for watching. May the force be with you.